So when you see everything that the Palestinians have been through and you're just so in awe at how they have so much faith still after losing everything, this is how. They're literally following their word of God. They are so steadfast in their faith more than anyone I have ever seen. And it is beautiful. It's the most amazing thing. And it is the reason why I am so interested in Islam right now. The reason why I am choosing to read the Quran.
Mariah adalah seorang ibu rumah tangga yang menceritakan perubahan dirinya sebagai orang Kristen setelah menjauh dari agamanya beberapa tahun ini, dan akhir-akhir ini ia lebih dekat dengan Islam setelah mencoba mempelajari Al-Qur'an.
I've been leaning away from Christianity lately and into Islam more, and I really wanted to explain why. Everything I'm about to say is just based on my personal experience being raised as a Christian. A lot of my experience with being raised in a Catholic church just felt uncomfortable. I did not feel like I belonged. Even saying the word God was so hard for me up until this year. Honestly, I wasn't even aware of other religions. It really felt like a cult. I felt like we worshipped Jesus Christ so much. When I thought about religion, I never thought about God. I thought about Jesus Christ. Saying that Jesus Christ is God was just one thing that just never sat with me. Well, this makes no sense. Many Western Christians aren't practicing Christianity. It wasn't until I started diving into Islam that things have started to get so much better. I resonate so deeply with what I'm reading in the Quran. It's literally the best feeling ever. It's kind of just blended so well into my life that it feels like a part of me now. And
Mariah sempat meragukan keimanannya setelah semua yang telah ia pelajari dalam agamanya. Mariah bahkan menganggap dirinya ateis pada satu titik. Ia pun merasa tidak bahagia dengan kehidupannya selama ini.
There is a reason why people who read the Quran are converting to Islam. I grew up Christian and I even considered myself atheist at one point. I went to church every Sunday and even Sunday school up until 10th grade. But nothing has resonated more with me than what I have gotten from reading the Quran. I've been reading the Quran for about a month now, and the sense of peace that I have felt ever since I started reading it is like something that I didn't imagine. I've always questioned everything that I learned in Christianity, from reading the Bible to going to church and hearing the preachers preach. A lot of it was really extreme in my opinion, and it just didn't make sense. But everything I've read in the Quran so far has made so much sense. I started reading the Quran because I've been at constant war within myself for so long, and I've been very unhappy with the life that I've lived so far. And I've seen so many Muslim women who are just so consumed by their faith, and they are always so happy, so peaceful, so trusting, no matter where they are in their life. It's literally something that I admire and I want so bad for myself, because I truly understand why so many people are converting to Islam right now.
Mariah tertarik membaca Al-Qur'an, sama seperti orang-orang pengguna media sosial lainnya, karena kagum dengan bangsa Palestina yang mempunyai iman yang kuat dan tak tergoyahkan setelah apa yang mereka hadapi selama ini.
My heart is racing right now because of this verse in the Quran. If you don't understand why the Palestinians are not giving up, why they are not going to leave their land, why they have so much faith even after all of this that they have been through, you need to hear this verse in the Quran, because if you hear this verse, it's going to click. It's going to click in your head. Listen.
Fight in God's cause against those who fight you, but do not overstep the limits. God does not love those who overstep the limits. Kill them wherever you encounter them, and drive them out from where they drove you out. For persecution is more serious than killing.
It literally said persecution is worse than unaliving someone. Do you understand the depth of that? And if you go back to the beginning, you'll hear where it says, but do not overstep the limits. So when you see everything that the Palestinians have been through, and you're just so in awe at how they have so much faith still after losing everything, this is how. They're literally following their word of God. They are so steadfast in their faith more than anyone I have ever seen, and it is beautiful. It's the most amazing thing, and it is the reason why I am so interested in Islam right now, the reason why I am choosing to read the Quran, and I do not regret it. I do not regret it at all.
Mariah pun kagum dengan perlakuan baik orang Muslim kepadanya. Mereka seperti sebuah keluarga, dan bahkan saya belum menjadi Muslim.
Now that I'm diving into Islam, I've been swarmed by so many Muslims. It feels like a family, and I'm not even Muslim yet. The Catholic Church that I was raised in and those type of people were very judgmental and, in my opinion, very hypocritical. I can go on and on about why I like Islam so much, why it is such an attractive religion to me. I have never came across a more welcoming group of people. They get such a bad rap, particularly by Western society. My experience with Christians has not been nearly as good as my experience with Muslims. But Muslims are some of the most genuine, welcoming people I have ever met.
Dan akhirnya, hidayah pun datang. Mariah tak hanya belajar Al-Qur'an, tapi ia mulai berpakaian sopan yang menutupi auratnya, seperti wanita Muslim di setiap ia mau keluar rumah.
One of the biggest things that I've taken away from reading the Quran that I think all women need to learn and understand is how much the religion of Islam emphasizes a woman's beauty. In Western culture, there's this narrative that is painted about Muslim women. I don't want to offend anyone when I say that men are just ego-centered humans. They do not understand that a woman can dress in anything she wants and it not be to show off her goods to a man. I'm sure you've heard when a lot of men be like, oh, you must be doing that to get attention. From my understanding, dressing modest serves to protect a woman from that. It serves as a way to ensure that she is given the respect that she deserves. So if you really think about it, when you dress modest, you're taking so much power back. I never understood dressing modest until I read the Quran. So when I go out in public now in a more modest fashion, I feel better. At the end of the day, all of my religious journeys, I don't regret it at all. Everything I've been through has brought me to this point now. That's what God wanted all along. This is something I'm gonna forever be grateful for, and I'm so excited to keep diving into Islam. If I had known it was this simple, I would have read the Quran a long time ago.
Jangan lupa berbagi informasi dengan share video ini, karena sebaik-baiknya manusia adalah yang paling bermanfaat bagi manusia.